And I know that coming into these games, you had a few worries about young Nasir, because there was a lot of talk about him, there was a lot of hype.
Yeah, I've always looked at him as a very talented boxer, but I didn't think he was this talented. I always thought that coming into this tournament, if someone boxing on the front foot,
in blue, yeah,
would give him a few problems, actually. I didn't know how strong he was, but his skills, he's just gone up to another level in this tournament. His left and right movement, lateral movement's been very, very good, and he's just totally outboxed people. And as I say, he's gone up to another level. This has brought the best out of Nasir. I didn't think he was this good, but he's exceptional.
And Naz is his sort of hero, Prince Nasir Mohammed, and he's been compared to Amir Khan. I mean, do you think he's in that league?
Yeah, I really do. I think he probably lacks a little bit of power, and he's very much a single punch man, whereas Nassim, he could throw him in 3s and 4s, and Prince Nassim, had tremendous power. This guy hasn't got the power yet, but he's young and he will develop that power, but his movement is too much for these guys.
This is semi-final, so I wonder who our commentators fancy for this one. Let's join them, Jim Neely and Richie Woodall.
Well, this is a contest that really a lot of people felt should be worthy of the final. England against Wales in the light flyweight division, the 48-kilogram semi-final. Darran Langley, silver medalist 4 years ago, when he let a lead slip away from him and was outpointed by a couple of points by a very good Indian, Ali Kamar. And across the ring from him is the, well, fascinating, entertaining and enthusiastic little fella from Wales, born in the Yemen some 20 years ago, Mohammed Nasir. So it's Nasir from Wales, who always starts quickly in blue against the silver medalist from 4 years ago, Darran Langley from England. Wales have had a very good game as they got 4 men into the medal positions. The last 2 of them have gone out, so Wales so far have got 4 bronze medals. England have 8 into the semi-finals. 1 has gone out of 4 so far, so England are guaranteed 3 silver and a bronze, and the prospect of more to come. And Richie Woodall, how do you read this one?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 fight, this. Jim, this is anyone's, to be quite honest with you. Langley's got to move them, shift them feet and get into distance, get into punching range to land. Nasir, on the other hand, is a hit and move fighter, total. And he just looks for that single shot, especially with his left.
Nasir, who's got the opening point, has had a terrific 2005, won the Four Nations tournament in Dublin, the Tamar tournament in Finland last year, where he got the best boxer award and stopped a very good American, Vincent Montoya. He boxed in the World Amateurs last year and had the misfortune to come up against the excellent Cuban Jan Bartelme, who outpointed him just 26 points to 10. But it's a lively start. And it's an interesting start too, because Nasir hasn't gone out this sort of bull at the gate. And it's a much more measured start by Nasir.
Yeah, what's happening here is Langley is reluctant to actually move in, because he knows if he overreaches, he overcommits, he's just going to walk onto the shot. So he's playing the more cautious approach. And I think this has slightly confused Nasir a little bit.
Well, Langley had a terrific competition just a few weeks before he came here. He won the gold medal in the Stranja Cup in Bulgaria. And when you consider that he disposed of men from Macedonia, Kazakhstan, and in the final, the excellent Algerian Salim Badji to win that gold medal, it's been a pretty good start to the year also for Darran Langley. Interesting opening round, and Nasir boxing much more cautiously than we've seen him so far in his opening 3 contests. Darran Langley had a bye and then came through against a very good Indian and a man from Malaysia. But a very measured start and wonderful footwork from Darran Langley, and he hasn't stood still long enough to let Nasir tag him.
No, there's an example there just before that of Langley just falling short with his shots, and that's what he must not do here. Again, this very tricky Welshman. He's one of the most talented boxers in this tournament, Nasir. He's a delight to watch, so this is really anyone's contest.
Well, neither Wales nor England has ever won gold in the Commonwealth Games in this light flyweight division. 48 kilograms, 7 stone 10. They are tiny, tiny little men, and it's not until you actually see them out of the ring and you stand beside them that you realise just how small they are. Well, the Australian crowd here, and it's a packed house, something close to 4,000 people packed into the boxing arena, perhaps might just be very slightly on the side of the Welshman, given that in the red is England's Darran Langley. Langley, one of a pair of boxing twins. Stewart just pipped for the place in the flyweight division by Don Broadhurst, who's through to his final. And Langley's so disappointed about how he lost the gold medal when it was just about in his hands 4 years ago. Has closed the gap now to a single point.
What's important for Langley here is that when he does get an opportunity, he must throw the shots in 2s and 3s. Single punches aren't enough against Nasir, so that's what Langley's got to do when he gets his opportunity. 2, 3s and even 4-punch combinations if he can throw them.
Nasir steps in and lands with a very good shot and gets himself out of trouble again. For such a small man, his arms are amazingly long, and he very often brings that left hand of his up from somewhere around his knees and corkscrews it through the middle. Went for the body shot there, didn't land with it. Good defense by Langley, boxing very cleverly. This is a great tactical battle, Richie, isn't it?
Yeah, well, they say amateur boxing is a sport of physical chess, and I think this is a fine example of that. Both men don't want to make mistakes, and if they do, they're going to get punished.
Lovely footwork by Langley. 40 seconds odd to go to the end of the second. Only a point between them. 3-2 the round at this stage to the Englishman, having lost the first 4-2.
Oh, nice little shot there from Nasir. He moved left, he moved right, he feinted, and then he came across with the right hand.
Well, we were worried that Nasir's previous opponent in his quarter-final, Mohammad Nizar from Pakistan, would give us a bit of trouble, not just in terms of the similarity of their names, but in terms of how close it might be. But it wasn't close at all, because Nasir ran away with it, 30 points to 15. But he's only leading Darran Langley by a single point. Coming up to the midway point, this is absolutely fascinating. You can see that there's such a lot of respect for each other. Langley thought he might have got a shot there, and it was pretty close. The referee, who's from Malaysia, will insist that the gloves are just wiped down. And a good run that, a run to the Englishman, following one by the Welshman. But it's Nasir in the blue corner from Wales is leading this one. Not much between them, Richie, and you do get the feeling that there's never going to be much between them right until the final bell goes.
Well, that was great footwork there from Langley. I was more impressed with Langley in that round. He never committed, he never over-committed, rather. And I thought his footwork was excellent, and he landed with the shots, and Langley's getting to grips with the contest now. And 1 point in it really is anybody's.
Nasir disposed of men from Kenya and then Ghana, and then the useful Pakistani boxer in his quarter-final to give him guaranteed bronze for Wales. Well, Darran Langley, one of 3 Englishmen to win a silver medal in this division in the Commonwealth Games. Before that was Mark Epton in '86, and before that John Lyon in '82. And look at this, it's 7 apiece. And Langley has never actually been ahead. And he's gone ahead now with a good solid left into the body of the Welshman. And Nasir is maybe showing Langley a little bit too much respect, certainly compared with his earlier opponents.
Yeah, he slowed his feet down, definitely, Nasir. That's probably his problem at the moment, and Langley's took advantage of that. And that was a lovely left up to the body, long shot from Langley. And he's getting to grips with the contest more and more as it goes on.
Well, technically, this is as good as Langley's been for a long time. He's really enjoyed himself this year. He's put so much into it. And that gold medal in the Stranja Cup was a big boost for him coming here. Great little exchange between these two tiny little men. Nothing flashy about Nasir now. He's settled down to his boxing. He knows that he can't afford to take any chances. And Langley's nicked one precious point.
Right uppercut there from Langley again. He's not making many mistakes, Darran Langley, tonight. And his punches are very, very quick. Nasir, he's struggling a little bit.
Langley closes them down, doing a bit of holding when the Welshman came in. Referee from Malaysia will just break them up. And no call of break there, so they're perfectly entitled to get on with it. And Langley came out the better of the two, so for the first time Langley is in the lead by 2 points. Nasir is chasing. This will suit Nasir if it's kept at fairly long range, I have a feeling, Richie.
Well, Darran Langley's reactions were very quick on that breakdown. He's so switched on and focused for this contest, Langley.
The referee's not too happy with some of the work that Mo Nasir is doing, A with the head and B with the holding. 17 seconds remaining. Langley would like another point or two going into the last round, and he's conceded one, and Nasir still in this. Langley tags him back again very quickly. Nip and tuck all the way between these two tiny tearaways. It has been a fascinating contest, I tell you. So amateur boxing at its very best.
Good round again for Langley, though, Jim. Nasir just conceded one in the last 5 seconds. Mainly single punches from Nasir, but that's that punch on the break from Langley. Very, very switched on, focused, and caught his man off guard.
Langley wants the gold medal so badly, having had it within his grasp 4 years ago. 27-25, those numbers will remain etched in his memory. Threw away a big lead against the Indian, Ali Kemar. Nasir boxing a very, very peculiar fight, certainly compared with the style that he's produced earlier on. And we may see Mo Nasir at his flamboyant best, but he can't afford to take any chances. He can't afford to be careless. First round to the Welshman, rounds 2 and 3 to the Englishman. And overall, it means that Darran Langley leads by 12 points to 10. And here comes Mo Nasir, but Langley's picked him off as he comes in. Great counter-punching from Langley. Keeps his man away with a very stiff left. This is great work defensively by Darran Langley. I tell you, this is textbook stuff from Langley on the retreat.
Yeah, Nasir now, the sense of urgency is there, isn't it? But he should have been doing this earlier. Langley's had control of this contest because he's controlled the pace. He's dictated things, Darran Langley.
Well, Langley remembers and remembers and remembers what happened in Manchester. He won't want to let this one slip. He's had to work all the way against an opponent for whom he has great respect and who has equal respect for him. Just watch yourself now, Mo Nasir, because the referee's giving him a little caution or two about not just obeying the commands. Lovely stuff by Langley. That's the biggest gap. He's opened up 3 points, and he's got him with a right hook as the Welshman stepped in. And Langley's opened it up for 4 points. No more to Mo Nasir. I think it's a bit hard on him.
He's launching his attacks from too far out now, the Welshman. Falling well short, and Langley's he's boxing a clever bout here. Good tactics on the back foot.
Great footwork now from Langley, 24 years of age. Against the 20-year-old from Newport and Gwent. Came to Wales from the Yemen when he was only 9 years of age. His dad had been working in Wales as a welder. Look at this now, Langley 6 points up into the last minute. Langley just raises the hand as if to say, I've got this in the bag. Don't be counting too many chickens, Mr. Langley. Remember Manchester. Stick to your boxing, I think, is the message coming through from Terry Edwards. Well, Richie, I don't believe I've seen Darran Langley box better than this.
This has been a superb display by Langley. He's got the tactics spot on. He never made mistakes in those early rounds. He kept it tight. And when Nasir came to him, he took his opportunities and scored at mid-range, mid and short range. It's been a great display by the Englishman.
And your thoughts on the tactics of the Welshman?
Well, he's just let it slip, Jim, to be quite honest. He thought he was going to score the way he has been doing in the other contests, and it hasn't been that way, mainly because Langley hasn't made the mistakes.
It's a 7-3 round as it stands for Darran Langley. Took the third 6-3, the second 4-3. So all the good work done by Mo Nasir in the first round when he led 4-2 has evaporated, and Langley's going through to his second successive Commonwealth Games final. And look how pleased he is. He kept all those emotions really pent up inside him. It was a study and a perfect exhibition of concentrated boxing by Darran Langley against a very, very dangerous and highly vaunted opponent who a lot of people felt might be too clever and too tricky and too crafty for him. But Langley stood his ground and picked his shots. And I'll tell you, if you want to present anything in terms of textbook defensive boxing and decent counter-attacking, Darran Langley's performance here tonight would be it.
Yeah, he was excellent tonight. And for me, Nasir wasn't accurate enough with his punches. They were wild, they were missing the target. And Langley was nice and tight, and he scored very, very well.
19 points to 13 in the red corner, representing England.
Well, that's been a terrific performance by Darran Langley. Lost the first round by 4 points to 2. The second, he took 4-3. The third, 6-3. And the fourth, 7-3. He was getting that little bit further ahead. And over in the Welsh corner, you've got to say a very disappointed Welsh corner. They can have no complaints. And that's a very, very decent hug there for Darran John Langley.